Hey guys, I'm CJ and I guess I'm here by myself. This is TV Pop Culture for the week of April 21st, 2013. Alrighty, so before I get into news, or well, general news, there are a few things I wish to convey to you, our audience, such as why I'm in the basement and first off, I was able to get a new computer. The one I'm currently using right now is a desktop, so which means its mobility is, yeah, which is kind of what I'm filming off of, mainly because my camera doesn't like this computer. Also, with that being said, there's been some things that I've noticed going on with the channel, or that hasn't been going on with the channel. A certain member of TV Pop Culture, you know who you are, was supposed to be uploading videos and couldn't for this or that reason. So with that being said, our hiatus was a bit longer than I intended it to be. But we are back. There is one thing though, the long box will have a slightly longer hiatus than the rest of the shows on the TV Pop Culture channel, mainly because of the fact that, well, the long box, one of the hosts is doing finals, and we're going to give him the time he needs to finish up the last of that, and we'll return in May for what will hopefully be Nostalgia Month. That is, if I have my way with it. And, so I guess with that, let's move on to some news. Oh, however, there is one other thing I do want to mention, as to kind of apologize for this. And because an overwhelmingly amount of you have requested and spammed my inbox, again, you know who you are, I've decided that I'll be doing a History of Comic Heroes for Parallax in it, and that will be the next episode, which will probably be either this week or the week after, so you guys are getting your wish. And now let's move on to some news, shall we? So the first bit of news is Disney announced that there will be Star Wars forever! So what does that mean? Well, it means that come 2015, there will be year after year after year of Star Wars. Let me lay it out. So, the first Star Wars film that Disney will be making, which will be in 2015, will be Episode 7. After that, in 2016, there'll be a spin-off. 2017, there'll be Episode 8. 2019, there'll be another spin-off. And then 2020, there'll be Episode 9, and then more money, and more money, and more money, and I'm really hoping that if this is true, they don't go and do this, because, well, that's how Batman and Robin was made, and we all know how well that turned out. Also, with Star Wars being mentioned, we have some news from Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO, with all of these announcements of Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill returning to their previous roles. People have been asking, what about C-3PO and R2-D2? Well, we haven't heard anything about R2 yet, but this is what Anthony Daniels had to say. Look, it's all very early days, and I don't want to wear anybody out by speculating or letting you waste your energy by saying, what do you think? I'm certainly not sitting by the phone, but it's always nice when it rings. Do you know what I mean? It never occurred to me that it would happen. Everybody's really happy that Disney have taken over the mantle. Kathy Kennedy is so well loved, and she is carrying George Lucas's torch so much further. So, with that being said, we, I guess, don't really know what's going on, and he does have a very interesting point. With all this being said and done, it really doesn't matter, mainly because, well, they haven't even begun production on the movie yet, so why are we all standing around wasting our times with this? Of course, with that being said, that won't change the fact that TV Pop Culture will still be reporting on everything Star Wars related to this movie. Now, Valiant Comics, or Valiant Entertainment, whichever one you want to call them, has had some big news over the past week and has launched a new website called ValiantFans.com. This is kind of like a fan website type thing where all the Valiant fans can get together and talk about stuff like Shadowman, Harbinger, the Harbinger Wars, which are going on right now, the Exo-Man of War, which is currently in its Planet Death saga right now, which all looks very interesting, and I highly suggest you go check out the site, the link to which will be down in the description box below. DC has announced that Flashpoint will be getting its own movie come July, which is really awesome, and as someone who enjoyed those comic books, I sincerely look forward to seeing how this movie will play out. I will admit, though, I do confess that I really hope it turns out exactly like the books did, but that's more of just me being a comic fan nitpicker and not really wanting them to change anything. That's kind of how I am with this stuff. And finally, our two last pieces of news is that one of the Doctor Who DVDs, I'm not going to tell you which one, but you can check it out in the description box down below, has gotten a few images leaked, and a image, or title image I should say, for the last episode of this season of Doctor Who has been released, and it looks like we're going to find out what the Doctor's name is. Okay. I want to be completely and totally honest with you guys for a moment here. I think this is a huge mistake. Now, a part of me is actually kind of hoping that the BBC cops out on this. Okay, yes, it would piss off a lot of fans, but I think in the long run it'd be a good thing to do. Just as an example, Wolverine. Wolverine was one of Marvel's most interesting characters, and to a certain extent still is. However, with that being said, once the Wolverine origins were put into Marvel comic books, and everyone got to read all of Wolverine's origins and history, the character became less and less interesting as time went on. And I'm kind of afraid that that's what's going to happen to the Doctor. I mean, okay, yes, hardcore fans like myself and others will, of course, continue to watch the Doctor Who TV show, and along with all the various other forms of entertainment for Doctor Who. But with that being said, I can't really defend this in any way. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, and to a certain extent it kind of scares me. I mean, if they go and bring up this big, ginormous spoiler, how long is it going to be before Doctor Who is stuck in the wilderness again after the Sylvester McCoy mess up? I mean, don't get me wrong, Sylvester McCoy as an actor did get really good with the Doctor, but by the time that happened, the show was already set to be cancelled. I'm really hoping the show does not get cancelled again. I mean, okay, let's be honest here for a moment. Doctor Who will eventually run its course. Some people will lose interest, and it will eventually be pulled off TV. And then, give it about 15 years after that, it'll show up again. But with all this being said, I really, really, really think that this is a bad idea. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that this is a horrible idea. I mean, why would anyone want to do this? No, seriously, I mean, aside from the hype, why would anyone want to do this? Now, I know I'm just as curious as finding out what the Doctor's name is as the rest of you, and frankly, I can't blame any one of you for wanting that. However, with that being said, it's a really, really big mistake on BBC's part, especially when you take into the fact that certain things like this, like Wolverine, who, okay, yes, is a comic book character, but overall was in the same situation that Doctor Who is right now. So with that being said, I really hope the BBC is not going to go through with this. But that's it for me. I'm CJ. I'm so used to someone else being here with me. And this has been TV Pop Culture for the week of April 21st, 2013. Catch you guys later.